Look at the hands of the most powerful people in Silicon Valley. Look closely. In a room full of titanium MacBooks and $700 espresso machines, you will spot something that doesn't belong. A piece of plastic. A Nokia. The billionaire holding it isn't doing it for nostalgia. He isn't doing it to be retro. He is doing it because he knows exactly how the code he wrote destroys the human mind. He is holding a shield. You think the dumbphone trend is just a hipster aesthetic. That's what they want you to think. It keeps you scrolling while they exit the simulation. The reality is darker. The shift to low-tech hardware is a calculated counterstrike against the most aggressive psychological weapon ever built, the variable reward schedule. Right now, you have a slot machine in your pocket. This isn't a metaphor. The scroll to refresh mechanic was literally designed by casino consultants. When you drag your thumb down the screen, the delay before the new content loads is intentional. It creates tension. Then boom, a reward. Or maybe no reward. That uncertainty is the drug. It spikes dopamine 400% higher than a guaranteed win. You are walking around with a Las Vegas terminal strapped to your thigh, and your brain is vibrating on a frequency of constant low-grade panic. You don't own the device. The device owns your dopamine receptors. The professionals switching to dumb phones are not disconnecting. They are re-regulating. They are physically removing the lever so they can stop being the lab rat. But the damage goes deeper than just addiction. It's about the default mode network. This is the neural circuitry that activates when you are doing absolutely nothing, when you stare at a wall, when you walk in silence. It is the birthplace of long-term planning, moral reasoning, and complex problem-solving. It is where your genius lives. But the smartphone killed nothing. Every microsecond of downtime is now filled with sludge. You wait for the elevator, you scroll. You sit on the toilet, you scroll. You have successfully lobotomized your ability to think past the next 15 seconds. The dumbphone forces the brain back into the silence it fears. It hurts at first. It feels like withdrawal. But that silence is the only place where actual thinking happens. The elite know that in an economy of distraction, the ability to focus for 4 hours straight is the ultimate competitive advantage. And then there is the status paradox. 10 years ago, the latest iPhone was a flex. It signaled wealth. It signaled importance. Today, the polarity has reversed. If you are reachable 24 hours a day, you are not the boss. You are the servant. You are on a digital leash. When you pull out a flip phone, you are sending a violent signal to the room. You are saying, my time is so expensive that I cannot afford to be interrupted by your notifications. Silicon Valley spent 2 decades removing friction. Face ID, one-click buy, autoplay. They greased the chute so you would slide down faster. But biology dictates that humans need friction to process value. T9 texting is slow. It is annoying. It clicks. It resists you. Good. Because it creates resistance, you stop sending meaningless noise. You don't text lol. You don't send emojis. You only communicate when the information is vital. The dumb phone acts as a filter for your own nonsense. It separates the tool from the toy. Maps, essential. Banking, essential. TikTok, poison. The smartphone bundles the poison with the essential. It forces you to walk through a candy store to get to the pharmacy. The dumb phone burns down the candy store. You don't need to throw your iPhone in a river to understand the math here. You just need to realize that you are in a negotiation with a supercomputer that has studied your behavior for a decade. You cannot win that fight with willpower. You can only win it with hardware. The people running the world have realized that the most powerful app available is the one that allows you to think without interruption. The smartest phone is the one that shuts up.